Hi Liz, this is the second place I look is to Andy. Andy also starts at 8 a.m. and of course he's our rewrite small story guy. He cleans up the yicky press releases. He basically rewrites news that we didn't catch but we should have caught. And so this is kind of where we are with him now. We have to feed this guy. So there's that old saying about important but not urgent. There are important things in life that aren't urgent, and yet there's urgent things in life that really aren't that important, and our life gets filled up with urgent things. Well, Andy's urgent. He needs 6 to 8 a day, and they are the grist of our mill. They are the stuff that keeps the wheels turning, and they're not the most important things, but without them we have like an empty paper or a very small product. So now I'm looking at his board for this morning. So once again, no one is really in charge of this. So hopefully what I can ask you to do going forward is to start to look at his Andy's board fairly regularly, every 2 hours, let's say. And if he has a document, then it needs a couple of things. See, right here, Andy has written this story, and he's put the Google document in there. So the two things need to happen. The first is, this needs to come down to must be copy edited, and then you save the page. And the second thing is it needs to be copy edited. So that would be great if you could begin to work on those. Now, this has actually been published already, I happen to know. So I know because I rushed it through yesterday, so it's not only ready to publish, it is published. His whole page is pretty much, we need a do-over. But anyway, and so let's look here. So he did this one too, and I don't know what happened to it. And it's too late to use it because the event's for today. So I think we're in big trouble on that one. This is an event preview. He wrote this one too. I don't know. This was for Candace. I'm going to send it to her as the events editor, and hopefully she can proofread it and we don't have to worry about it. I'm just going to send it to her. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to send this to Candace and go back to Andy's Smartsheet. Okay, so this goes down to, Candace will do that. So I don't really want to put it, see these are sections, we got just too much stuff on here. Anyway, because it's not only ready to publish, but she has it. Okay, please write a preview story. I hate it when it does stuff like this. I want to know the name of this story in this column so I can read this. This is about Old Pasadena Art Night. Okay, so this is Old Pasadena Art Night Walk. I'm just going to write preview Old Pasadena Art Walk. That's all I really need. Preview stories are a brand or a kind of story that we do. So I'm going to, and I know this was published also. So Andy has nothing to do. So that's a source of pressure. And you know, this is part of what we have around here is we're running around in circles. And I'm running around in circles. And really, Andy should have 4 to 6 stories at all times. All the time. And we're just pouring more new ones in. But it should never be like this. So one of the nervous tics that I'd like to transfer from me to you, not really, of course, but one of the things I'd like to ask you to do is to please check this about every 2 hours. And if you see stories that need to be copy edited, to drag them down under must be copy edited, and then to please copy edit them as you have an opportunity. And then to also clear with me in this training period, discuss with me ideas for Andy to write about. Cop Shop, he does Cop Shop, and I make the calls on that every day. Up until now, I've made the calls. I tried to train David Cross, but he can't remember to do it, never does it, so it's just easier for me to do it. But the bottom line is Andy can write the police reports. He can write weather twice a week. There's certain things we can give him, and now also he can write preview articles of events that are coming up. And Candace Merrill, the events editor, sends those in to be written up. These are the preview stories, and they appear on our front cover. The preview stories appear on our home page. I'll show you where. Wait for it. Down below the fold. Here, under Things to Do. Whoops, not those. Things to do. These things in here. Andy writes those. and we don't want him to write a million of them, but they are wonderful filler. And it's really important to have because I need at least 2 per day every day of the week. At least 2 per day for every day of the week. Like Friday, I've only got 1. So this is something. So when you're looking at filling up Andy, the first thing that I do, quite frankly, is I look at news stories. Although Gly is helping out, one of the first things I do, because she's giving you information all the time, but one of the very first things I do to fill up Andy is I do the old, very simple, I search for Pasadena in Google. And then, this is very important, and this is the procedure that I use, and it should not be changed, and it should be memorized, if you please. Pasadena, news, search tools, recent, past 24 hours. Critical that we do it. Okay, that was it. So Pasadena, news, search tools, past 24 hours. So we have the Tina the alligator. We did the bear roams. We've got this story up also. There's our story. This is an editorial from Larry Wilson I will talk with you about. We can't paraphrase it or rewrite it by Andy because it's an editorial, but it's a good one. This is ours. Okay, so look how much of this is ours. That's the problems. Trying to find stuff for Andy, it's like none of the stuff we've already done so much that it's a problem. But anyway, let me go to the next page. I'm looking for, this is a review, restaurant review. It's kind of hard to do that as a rewrite, so let's keep looking. So much of this is ours. This is Houston. There's a Pasadena, Texas, and don't make that mistake, please. It's easy to make, y'all. This one I already looked at. It's in the Enemy, the Pasadena Independent, which thinks they're a newspaper. But it's just such a small story, I don't think it's worth even rewriting. Okay, so let's go to the next page. LaPorte is back east somewhere. Has nothing to do with us. Deer Park, Texas. That's near Pasadena, Texas. This one. Those morons, we didn't have this anywhere. In all of our search, we didn't have anything. Really bugs me. So, what I'd like to do, by staff reports, they probably didn't even write this. So I want to give this to Andy to rewrite. We missed this totally, and I think if we go to the Foothill Unity Center to their Facebook page, we might be able to snag some pictures. It says correspondent photo, so my guess is this whole bloody thing was sent in to the Star News and they didn't do anything. That's my guess. Anyway, I want Andy to rewrite this, so I'm just going to copy it, and I'm going to go over here to wherever he is, here. And this was just a note to you. About 2-hour check on this thing. So let me right click, delete it. Now I'm going to go in here, say rewrite please, because we missed this event. Doggone it. Please rewrite Foothill Unity back to school event. Okay. I can't spell. Anyway, so we got that. Now let's go over to Foothill Unity. Foothill Unity back to school. Oops, I didn't mean that. Foothill Unity Facebook. That's what I meant. Okay, Foothill Unity Center. I think this is them. "16 hours ago they did this." Boy, they really tell us everything, don't they? Oh, this is it. This is from that event, isn't it? Okay. There's some pictures. I know this woman, and yet she still doesn't tell me this stuff. Okay, this is more about that event. There's some more. Oh man, there's plenty here. You know what? We could actually even do using screencast. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do I know this? No, that's not. Yes, I know those idiots. Unbelievable. They didn't even tell us. Okay, so there's like 50,000. This is, there's like 50,000 pictures and stuff from August. That's from August the 8th. That must have been before the event. All right, so I don't see any pictures of children getting stuff. Oh yeah, I do. Here we go. All right, we have plenty of visuals that we can steal. No question about it. Now, if we get time, we could call these people and ask them for information. But I'm not sure we really have that much time to do it. But I'm going to go and include this on the smart sheet as a reference. Andy may get a piece of data for the story from it, but at least it puts right now, it puts all the pictures and video clips and stuff in one place that we can steal, and we would just steal them and give credit to Foothill Unity Center via Facebook. Boom, we got the pictures. So that's not a huge story, but there's you know, that's how I do it. All right, we see it on the Star News, we rewrite it, we grab original pictures from Foothill Unity, and then the final thing is we cycle back to Foothill Unity and say, what in the name of heaven are you thinking? You didn't tell us that you're doing this? Why on earth would you not tell us? We're read by more people than anybody in Pasadena. And we complete the cycle. So anyway, so that we got one story for Andy. Now remember, he starts at 8, so this is going to take him from 8 till 9. So we've just bought ourselves an hour of time. and we just need, this is what we do. So now let me go back to Google and see if there's anything else he can rewrite. Houston again. This is a generic, how many businesses have left California? That's too much. This is for Pasadena, Texas. See, I can tell by the map there. It's the last time the York was right. This looks like Pasadena is just mentioned in an offhand way and is not the subject, so forget it. Nothing there. Let's go to the next page. I really mine through Google before I move on to something else. This one, we already have this story about Chris Holden giving, okay. I don't know what this has to do with Pasadena. We'll look and just see in the off chance Pasadena is mentioned, or because sometimes you find good stuff, but usually, oh, for Pete's sake, too early for that. No, no, thank you. Nothing there. Rose Bowl Parade in Pasadena. I've heard about that too many times. Why this year? Oh, check this out. There's going to be a meteor shower, and they're quoting a specialist at NASA. When is this going to happen? If it's going to happen in the future, it starts Thursday night, okay, we may have something here. Year, August 9th, 2016. Why, that was yesterday. So once in a year, there's some, okay, here we go. Okie dokie 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 dokie. So this is going to be a, what you call it, light show, meteor shower. Thursday, August 11th, and goes to the 12th. Good, it's 2 days. It's even better. Okay, so this is one that he can rewrite, and we can also do other research on, and we can find quotes from people at JPL and Caltech. So what I would do without doing any extra work, just to get this thing rolling, is I would go over here and say, please rewrite this, but accentuate the JPL people and their quotes, Okay, so this is how I start something like this. Okay, now I'm going to continue over here with just give it a headline so I know what the story is that we're working on. Okay. Now, what was the name of the woman from JPL? She's in here somewhere. We don't want UC Riverside. They did their due diligence and they quoted their local person. We have to find a local people over here. They've quoted San Bernardino. See, they got some good quotes in here from local people. Here we go. Jane Houston Jones. Okay. This is good. Man, they've quoted a lot of people. Oh, Liz, I love this. I love this. This is what we need to do. Look at, they've quoted the National Weather Service dude. They quoted JPL. They quoted a planetarium down there. They quoted a physics researcher at UC Riverside. Whoever wrote this has talked to like 5 people. Good. That's the way we should be doing things. Anyway, so I'm going to go back in here and say, highlight these remarks with attribution, because we're rewriting, right? Okay. Excuse me. I'm also going to look up what we can find about this on the internet. So let's see if I can find anything this way. Now, I'll take out the year. So we're going to hook JPL together with Perseeds. Okay, and now we've got something from JPL, and let's see, is this year or last year? This is this year. Oh, look at, yippee! Okay, so JPL is now telling us how to see this. This is good. This is what Andy does. Okay, Liz, this is what Andy does. And if we have time to interview a bunch of people and make this into a big story, we will. If we don't, we've got a great little story. This whole process of looking in Google, finding this thing, getting it written up for attribution, doing some additional research with clever keywords, boom, we got a delicious little story with pictures.